What's up, guys? I just finished watching the Daytona 500, and here's all that happened that you need to know about. We're going to start at 1:45. It's going to be a great day, and the rain hit. Okay, so, nothing too crazy out of the ordinary for NASCAR. Rain hits all the time in NASCAR. It's very much fine. The race gets delayed like 4 or 5 hours because of rain. We really officially start around 6:30. We got 10 laps in originally. It's nothing crazy. And AJ Allmendinger starts the race off early with a engine expiring, heading into the start of the race. Not much happened at the end of stage one. Denny Hamlin spun. He hit Zane Smith, who hit Josh Berry. Nothing too crazy out of the ordinary, really, at Daytona. End of stage one. Joey Logano wins the first stage with Brad Keselowski second, Blaney third, Ricky Stenhouse fourth, and Christopher Bell fifth. Nothing too out of the ordinary there. Normal plate racing finishes, especially on the end of stage one. Now, I'll be the first to say I went to go get dinner at the end of that caution break. I was like, I have enough time to go get dinner, make dinner, get my pizza rolls and my diet soda, all that good stuff. I leave and there's a crash. The one time I leave to go get my food, there was a crash. Big wreck to start stage two, and I didn't see it because I was getting food. But we are going to put the headphones on and we are going to review this live. So on the replay cam, it looks like Joey Logano misses a shift. He's been leading the race almost the entire time up to this point. He misses a shift heading into turn 2, stacks up the entire outside lane, just kind of push them all together, and then everyone has to get off the gas, make sure nothing happens. The further you get back in the field, the more dramatic. So as they get further back into the field, it looks like the 91 has to go high to 91 goes high to avoid after contact from, it looks like, from one of the car, 56 of Martin Truex Jr. And then the 42 comes down. He taps the 1 of Ross Chastain up into the 91 of Elio Castro Neves. 4-time IndyCar champion, by the way. Or at least Indy 500 champion. He comes down. He gets hit. He comes down, hits Josh Hunter Nemechek, who hits Cody Ware. And further back, rookie Riley Herbst in the 35 and Kyle Busch in the 8 both get involved in this one too. Nothing they really could have done there. It happens at Daytona. Nothing crazy happens for the rest of stage 2. It looks like Ryan Blaney wins the stage over his teammate Austin Cindric, with Hendrick teammates Chase Elliott and Alex Bowman finishing 3rd and 4th, and it looks like we have, I think that's Todd Gilliland finishing 5th to end stage 2. Now right now is the time I'm going to tell you, the Fords were dominant. The Team Penske Fords, this Haas factory team Ford of Cole Custer, the Fords were great pushers all race. There was no one who could challenge them when it came to pushing, and that's going to be a major theme of what happens next throughout the race. Now we're going to end the race. There's 15 laps to go. Everything's sorted out. Corey LaJoie, driving part-time with the Rick Ware Racing team under the Stacking Pennies brand, his own brand, is leading the race with Austin Cindric, and it looks like Ricky Stenhouse pushed him. He was in a Chevy, by the way. This is the only Chevrolet all night that could push. I feel like he did have a strong car, and my hair is really weird, but it's whatever. The strongest Chevy in the field pushing one of the weaker Fords, pushed them up to 1-2, and then Austin Cindric and Ryan Blaney on the inside were able to keep that. Unfortunately for Ricky Stenhouse and that newly brand Hayek Motorsports team, just one of the worst blocks I think I've seen all night. We'll take a look. It just looks like he tried to go for a hole that wasn't there and hit the 22 of Joey Logano, who, at this point, they had fixed their issue with their engine that had plagued them in stage 2 and had worked his way up the field twice, by the way, just to give himself another shot to win this race. Tremendous drive by that 20. I don't like the driver of the 20. I am not a Joey Logano fan, but I give him massive props for being able to drive his way back up the field. And with that, it looks like when he went for that move to go block and nowhere to go, he turns Ryan Blaney. Also, Blaney happens to just spin right back up in the path. Oh, no, he doesn't. Looks like Blaney gets turned up into the outside wall with Logano, who collects Gregson, who collects Custer with minimal damage, Chase Elliott, and it looks like Kyle Busch spins off to the inside. Out of that, Logano and Busch were unable to finish the race off of this wreck. Three laps to go. Everything's going great. Everyone's pushing as hard as they can. Cole Custer in the 41 Haas Ford is pushing that 20 Christopher Bell in the DeWalt Toyota as hard as he can up to give him a chance to win. And just one bad push just kind of sends Christopher Bell careening right up into the wall. And with him, he collects the Ryan Preece machine, number 60, who then collects the 43, the 99, the 5 gets involved too. Now these are no issues within itself. The issue is with the video I'm also showing you right now is that Ryan Preece catches air and then he flips over, flipping over twice, pretty much twice, hitting the back of this car. And Ryan Preece went on the record after this crash, live TV, and said, one of these days someone is not going to walk out of these cars. And at this point, I feel like we do need to talk about NASCAR safety. But that's a video for another time. But I agree with him. We will not see, at some point, we will not see someone walk out of these cars again. That crash effectively killed both the Knights of Carts Nosfar and Christopher Bells. Everyone else in that crash ends up with minor damage, by the way, heading into the last lap, the last overtime section of the race. We're on the last lap. Anything goes on the last lap. Everyone's pushing hard. Everyone's driving a little stupid. It's fine. Everyone drives stupid at Daytona, just at the last lap. At the end of the race, though, this is where it gets me. Denny Hamlin goes to move on the outside to try to get a pass on Austin Cindric. Denny Hamlin in a Toyota is now the best pusher that's not a Ford. Austin Cindric in the Ford has been leading the field since Joey Logano got involved in his wreck, because Logano and Cindric were the class of the field the entire race, let me tell you. Now we get to the point. Cole Custer, once again, is on a mission to make this race entertaining. Cole Custer, with one of the worst blocks I think I've seen in modern NASCAR history, goes up and then tries to squeeze Hamlin well and takes out, instead of just himself, he takes out Denny Hamlin in the 11, he takes out Austin Cindric in the 2, Corey LaJoie in the 01 car, he takes out Chase Briscoe in the 19 car, who sat on the pole for this race, by the way, marking it the first time Toyota has ever had a pole in the NASCAR Cup Series at the Daytona 500. Everyone in this field is wrecked. The 11 goes up, and the 11 and the 41 go up. They collect the 54. Then they collect the 48. They collect the 7. The 54 shoots down and hits Cody Ware in the 51 car, who was irrelevant to the race in all honesty. Chase Briscoe makes it out alive. He finishes fourth tonight. A lot of these cars I'm mentioning that were able to make it through earned high finishes. Like Austin Cindric, he might have gotten the first hit, but he was able to make it through. John Hunter Nemechek made it through. A lot of these guys have made it through. But the further you look back, you see 6 cars careen into the outside wall, almost synchronized, trying to avoid this wreck. And then another car comes down, but their cameras are so bad they won't show me who it was, just for another William Byron to luck into a win. And honestly, I'm okay with the William Byron win. William Byron is a very talented driver, and I think he's not earning the respect he deserves. And something he started on the computer, they mention it every time. He started doing virtual iRacing races, and that's completely fine. Valid way to get into racing. William Byron winning this race, I think, shows the issue with super speedway racing as a whole. Super speedway racing as a whole is very luck-based, and I have no issue with that. But when you are doing a luck-based race and your driver, you are leading the entire race, you just get wrecked out in the last lap like Denny Hamlin and like Austin Cindric by a guy who the quote Tony Stewart is driving like a dart without feathers. I mean, it's bound to happen like this. So with that, looking over the top 10 finishers, no one in this top 10 was really in major contention until you get to about 7th, 8th place. And that's where you find Ryan Blaney, Austin Cindric. Very good runs by everyone in the top 10, really. William Byron wins, Tyler Reddick second. Both kept their noses clean all night. Respect for them. Jimmy Johnson, 7-time Jimmy Johnson, caught up in that first wreck, Jimmy Johnson. The first major wreck, not that stupid Denny Hamlin spin out the end of stage 1 wreck. Jimmy Johnson comes out of retirement just to race for fun, really. Like, he's the 7-time champion. His legacy is already cemented. He owns the team he's running for. Comes out for fun, finishes 3rd, best finish in the next-gen car. Love it for him. Chase Briscoe, the pole sitter, finishes 4th after getting involved in that last lap wreck. John Hunter Nemechek, a 5th place run for him after just kind of minding his own business all day. He ran up front for a small part of it. Alex Bowman had to drive his way from the back up to the front multiple times today. 6th place finish for what people say is the worst Hendrick driver. Props for him. Blaney and Cindric in 7th and 8th kind of hurts me because I think these two deserve to win the race more than anyone. These two led laps all day. These two were the top 2 all day, and then just for their races to get dashed at the end just hurts. While Justin Allgaier in 9th place, Allgaier ran unreasonably well all day in the car that was pretty much, this was the Junior Motorsports first entry in the Cup Series, and he did a great job in it, taking this car up from having to race his way in through the dual races to a 9th place finish. We respect. Rounding out the top 10 for Chris Buescher. Buescher ran a really good race too. great pusher all day, kind of top 10, top 15 car, finishing in the top 10, top 15. I had no issues with that whatsoever. Okay, in all honesty, this race was a nice 7, 8 out of 10 Daytona 500. The race really kind of killed it. Same with like nothing really happening in the earlier stages. This is a really good race. Come back next week where I'll talk about the Atlanta race, and I'll probably sprinkle in a few videos here and there.